Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What it do, gang? We live. We back, man. Welcome back. Y'all know me. It's your boy, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. Here today, bringing you another edition of the starting five for DraftKings and FanDuel. But before we do that, we're gonna get into a little lineup review. So, if you just not stumbling across the channel, you in the right spot, man. The best kept secret in daily fantasy sports, the Golden Goose DFS show. So hit that subscribe button, man. Turn the notification bell on so you can be here rocking with me every day when the videos drop. Also, you know what to do. Hit that like button for your boy, man. It goes a long way in helping a small channel grow. We on a push to 1,000, trying to get there. Tell a friend, bring a friend, like, share the video. Let's get to it, alright? Yesterday, 6 game slate on Sunday. Hope you caught the updated starting five on Twitter. It was a rough one, man. We had very obvious chalk that everybody was going to go to. So we tried to get different with some pay up options that we didn't think anybody would have. But 293 just missed the money over here on DraftKings. Got my lineup pulled up. Had Tyus Jones, everybody's chalk with Jai out, 75%, very solid at 41. We had Hardy right here. This is what I try to get different at. Yesterday was a case of we knew the value. Everybody was going to those Memphis guys, man. We knew it, and some of those Dallas guys with Luka being out. That was the value. The key or the trick yesterday was to try to get different with your pay up options or just go balance one of the two. So we try to get different with our pay up options. But Hardy was trying to get different with a value piece here at 21%. Just a guy who's been seeing 20 minutes as of late with Luka in and playing very solidly. Thought he could stand to see a few more minutes with Luka out of the lineup. I wasn't worried when he didn't start because he doesn't start. That's what he doesn't do that. So, but with Luka being out, we feel like he could push for a few more minutes, and if he just performed the way he has been performing off the bench, he could have a very solid game in a few more minutes. But just 15 fantasy points from him. Now we expected a little more from him in this spot, but at 3,100 it didn't destroy us. Anthony Edwards is where I tried to get different at with my pay up options. You can see 9% on him. He was questionable all day. He got the late note that he was playing out the lock. So I wanted to go to Anthony Edwards to get different because, one, there wasn't a lot of pay-up options yesterday with everybody being out. And I knew nobody was going to go to him. He's in a great matchup with the Houston Rockets, man. This game had a potential to be a big shootout. So just wanted to get to a guy that could drop 60, 65 fantasy points that nobody was going to here at 9% on. I know he's a little banged up, but I figured the low ownership and his upside was worth it. He only gave us 36 fantasy points, let us down here in this spot. So, we rolled the dice and Anthony Edwards didn't work out for us. Jaren Jackson Jr. told you yesterday. Now, the crazy part is he still fouled out, man. He still fouled out at 29 minutes. Who was he fouling? Jaren Jackson crazy. But luckily, he gave us a solid enough number before he fouled out, man. I don't know. Jaren Jackson, I don't know how he cannot stop fouling, but 49% on, like I said, 45 fantasy points, very solid for Xavier Tillman. Once he was in the starting lineup, was an easy play as well. Thought he'd come in on a much higher than this. A solid big like Tillman almost at the flat man, usually come in a little higher than this, but it was a lot of value plays, a lot of ways you could go yesterday. SGA. We knew we wanted to get a piece of that Dallas game. A lot of people was getting a piece of that Dallas game, but nobody really was going any run backs from the OKC side. So me having Hardy and Wood here, I just thought SGA was the perfect run back. Got him at 15% on. Love that ownership on a 6-game slate. Didn't give us the big game here as OKC won. But 51 fantasy points, very solid. I don't know how when nobody going to that OKC side. Man, if you was picking all those Dallas guys, you had to think that with no Luka, OKC could possibly keep it close. They did more than that and won outright here against the Mavericks. But SGA 51 fantasy points, solid from him. Christian Wood, another chalky play with no Luka. Everybody was going to Wood and didn't with it as well. They should. Very good play. 72% on over. He gave 50 fantasy points. Nice double from him. And at the bottom, Norman Powell. He was in the starting five. Just was playing that waiting game with Paul George. Came in at 3% on, just 24 fantasy points, just okay. Felt like he could have a potential for a bigger performance, especially with no PG-13, but he didn't start, didn't really didn't really do what we needed him to do scoring wise. As he he's all scoring. So 14 real life points from 24 fantasy points, just okay at 4,900. Didn't kill us like I said, but didn't help us get to the money. Let's go look at FanDuel. FanDuel was so tough, man. I put up 360 over here and didn't come into money. It was tough out there. It was tough sledding yesterday. That's what happens when you get a lot of chalky plays, a lot of chalky value, and it hits. So it's gonna take a good one from you. But I finished 4 or 5 points shy of the money here with 360. Tyus Jones, of course, at the top, man. 79% on. Everybody was going there with no Ja. There's nothing special there. Trey is where I try to get different at over here. 7.2% on. My 2 pay-up options yesterday that nobody, I really had 3 with Anthony Edwards that I felt like nobody was going to. SGA, Trey, and Anthony Edwards. I played SGA on DraftKings, so I wanted to run with Trey over here on FanDuel. He was okay going against the Los Angeles Clippers. Gave us 43 fantasy points. Nothing to write home about, but very solid. Spencer Dinwiddie, of course, 85% on. Gave 37 fantasy points. Landry Shamet, just another value piece I tried to get a little different on over here. 3.4%. Know he could be in line for an increased role with all those guys out for the Suns. It was just so much value yesterday. But Shamet gave us 21 fantasy points, just okay. Desmond Bane, of course. You seen him yesterday on the video. I told you, man. Play Desmond Bane. 50 burger from him. But everybody was there. Just no job. There's nothing you could do, man. Those guys were such good plays. You kind of had to go there and try to get different in 1 or 2 spots. And that's what we tried to do. Laurie marketing here. This side, I just wanted the same thing similar to SGA with the Thunder. Everybody was on those Memphis guys because, everybody was out over there. So I wanted to run back from the Utah side. Either Clarkson, marketing. This particular one I went marketing at 24% on. He gave us 37 fantasy points. Xavier Tillman once again, 32. And then Jaren Jackson, Christian Wood rounding it out down here at the bottom, man. Jaren Jackson with the 50 burger over here. Thanks to those 5 blocks. We'll take that all day. All right, there you have it, man. Like I said, FanDuel was tough yesterday. 360, no cash over there. But let's get to today, man. We're going to try to run it back. Got another 6-game slate. And at the top, let's get right into it. I want to look at Jamal Murray, 6,800. Going against this Los Angeles Lakers team. This is going to be the game for me, man. I'm probably going to this game real heavy. As we get into it, you'll see. But, you got to decide what you want to do. All the high total games, the 236 and 239, they have large spreads, -6, -8, big spreads on these. The lower total games have a little closer spread. Everybody's going to probably, go to these last 4 games here. Are these the higher scoring or the higher total games? So most people are going to dwell in here. If you can find the right pieces in these first couple of games, I think that's going to set you apart. But the Denver Lakers game is the one for me if I'm going heavy on any game. And that's why we're going Jamal Murray, 6,800 right here. Just trying to work his way back into the groove off a long injury. He has his ups and downs, but I like him in this spot. Going against these Lakers, the defense is nothing. So give me Jamal Murray at 6,800 here. It can go a couple of ways because he has other guys, Jokic over there. Porter Jr. likes to take his shot. So there's other guys that can get it done. So it's a little risky, but I don't mind getting Jamal Murray. Not at this 6,800 price tag over here on DraftKings. Now, shooting guard. I want to look at Malcolm Brogdon. Now, we have Marcus Smart. He's questionable. So this will change if Smart plays. But if Smart is out, we've seen in this situation throughout the season so far. When one of these guards is out, Smart, White, Brogdon pretty much picks up the slack. So I expect no difference here with Marcus Smart out. Now, I don't know if he moves into the starting lineup. They like for him to come off the bench. They like for him to be the main scorer off the bench. But either way, he should see increased minutes with no Marcus Smart. And Brogdon is a very efficient, effective point guard or guard. I don't know. They might have him at the 2, whatever they classify him at. But like Malcolm Brogdon right here, 5,300 in this spot if Marcus Smart is out. At the small forward, I want to look at Zach LaVine. 7,500. I just like the price tag on him. Tough matchup against the Celtics, but Zach LaVine has been playing very well over the last couple of games, shooting the lights out. Now, I don't expect him to keep shooting like that, but he still can give you a solid performance at this 7,500 price tag. Zach LaVine's a guy who can really score the ball, and if he continues to be hot, he could light up this Celtics team, man. He's all NBA players. I ain't worried about the Celtics defense too much if Zach LaVine get it going, but I like taking some chances on him at 7,500 right here. And at the power forward, man, you seen him, the thumbnail. King James, 10-9, provided he's playing tonight and not resting. But it's just LeBron, man. You got to pretty much at this point just take him anytime he plays because he has to do everything for this Lakers team. This Lakers team has to keep winning. They're trying to stay in that play-in situation. And for them to win, LeBron James has to do everything with no AD. I think he keeps it up here, man. He going to bust a triple-double here before long. He is just doing everything for this Lakers team. Everything runs through him. I like getting LeBron James at 10-9 provided he's playing today. And then coming in at center, I don't mind going right back to Daniel Gafford. 4,700. He's continued to see solid minutes. He continues to play very well. They're going to need his body on J-Val down there. So I like Daniel Gafford right here. You know he's a double threat every time he comes into the gym. He can get up and down the court and run J-Val here in this spot, man. He's a little more athletic than J-Val, so they might elect to push the pace if the Pelicans is playing a lot of J-Val. If I was doing it, that's just me. I'm not no basketball coach, but I would just push the pace and try to run J-Val the court. J-Val can't keep up with Gafford. He's a little too athletic for him. Now, the con of that is on the other end, J-Val can put him up under the rim because Gafford ain't big enough. So we just have to see how it plays out. But I like getting the Gafford at 4,700, all right? There you have it, your starting five for DraftKings: Jamal Murray, Malcolm Brogdon, Zach LaVine, LeBron James, and Daniel Gafford. Let's go take a look at FanDuel and see what I'm feeling over there. At the top, 8,700. I think you can still look at CJ McCollum. He's in play on both sites as well. If you want to play him on DraftKings, I like it over there for $200 less as well. But no Zion, no Brandon Ingram. It's his show. He can get whatever shot, whatever he wants to do, man. The offense is going to run through him. You can always get the CJ McCollum on those two guys out. At the shooting guard, staying with Malcolm Brogdon, 5,800. Like I said, anticipate Marcus Smart being out. He's doubtful, so that's usually means like a 75% chance he misses. So we getting in line for Malcolm Brogdon and soak up some of those extra minutes, all right? At the small forward, I want to look at Michael Porter Jr. I like this 5,500 price tag over here. I told you I like this Lakers-Denver game. Michael Porter Jr. is just another side of this Denver Nuggets team that can get it done. And at 5,500, he's a guy that can give you a solid return. You know, he can shoot the ball well, score it. He has some rebounding upside, and he can get you 5-6 boards. I like getting Michael Porter Jr. at this 5,500 price tag. And then at the power forward, you already knew who it would be, man. LeBron James, 11-2. Nothing else needs to be said. Just get you some King James in your life. And then at the center, I want to look at Jakob Poeltl here. He's probable with an Achilles, so that's a good chance he plays. But for whatever reason he misses, this is an easy fix. Just drop down to Zach Collins. So this probably gonna be right here for me, right? Jakob Poeltl going against the Memphis Grizzlies. You know he has double potential every time he walk in the gym. He should get a double every time, especially in this spot against the Grizzlies. Gonna have to battle with Steven Adams over there if he's back. But I like Jakob Poeltl as long as he plays. And like I said, if he misses, it's an easy fix. Just drop down to Zach Collins. He should pick up all the minutes. Save yourself $900. Drop down to Zach Collins and get somebody else. All right. There you have it, man. That's going to do it for us over here on FanDuel. Your starting five: Jakob Poeltl, LeBron James, Michael Porter Jr., Malcolm Brogdon, and CJ McCollum. Man, get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pools. Be sure to follow on Twitter for the updated starting five, usually about 30 minutes before the lock. Man, you feel free to hit me up. Give me any questions, comments, or concerns. Don't forget to hit that like button. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions, man. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all next time, all right? Let's get it.